Does it also connect with like Operation Northwood? I've heard about. Is it similar thing?
Well, I think Operation Northwood. Yeah, I'd read about that too, and I talked about that, you know, at the time when that actually came out. I think just after 9/11, and that document was released to a chap called James Bamford. I think I'm correct in this, and he included it in a book called Body of Secrets, which I've read that book. It's about the NSA, and I have certain sort of problems with that book. But if you read the Northwoods document, some people think that it's not actually totally real because, and there's a couple of examples. I was looking for this analysis that was done on it. There's a good analysis done on it. But for example, it says these students were going on holiday or something rather than vacation, which is the American term. And there's a few other things like that where they're not sure if this is actually a genuine document. But let's say it is a genuine document and it was really circulated to Lionel Lemnitzer and his cronies. It reinforces the real plane story, in that you remotely control planes, you know, but in actuality what happened is the planes were not real. So there were no remote control planes. And this is something, for example, that came up in 2007 when I was talking to the Project Camelot people, Kerry Cassidy and as was then, they've split up now, and Bill Ryan, and they claimed that they had this witness called Henry Deacon, and I forget his real name. That's not his real name. I keep forgetting it. He's Eric somebody, but he later revealed his real name. They claimed that he was a physicist, and they were in touch with this guy, and he knew all about black world stuff, you know, and he had all these intelligent contacts and da-de-da, and he was a whistleblower, and he spoke to Project Camelot, you know, so it was really important. But yet he claimed in one of his interviews with them that he was involved with a project to remotely control planes and crash them into the World Trade Center. And so I wrote to them and said, well, that's fine, but if he's a physicist, he should realise that those plane crashes are shown cannot be real. That is not a real plane crashing into a real building. There is something else going on there. And Henry Deacon, if he's a physicist, should know that. So he should know that the remote control story, whether he's putting it out himself or whether he's been given it, is false. And you need to correct him on that. You know, you need to pick him up on that. If you're interested in finding out more about the truth, they weren't interested. You know, they weren't interested in that. They just said, oh, well, if we spoke to him, we trust him, you know, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter whether you trust him. Your trust in him or non-trust him doesn't change the laws of physics. You know. So that's another type of issue that comes up. And so that when people talk about real plane crashes, whether it's in Operation Northwoods or this Henry Deacon thing, I want them to think about the actual video that we've got as well, and fit that in with their account properly, because otherwise, to me, it's not a truthful account. You know, you've got to account for the physical evidence and the video evidence.
It just seems to me there's influential people on this that are pushing this disinformation, and if they're influential people, they're going to listen, aren't they, regardless? And this is how it comes in. People just
and some of it is unintentional. You know, the disinformation gets circulated and recirculated and so forth. And it's unintentional, but other times there are people that are doing it intentionally. And again, I've written about that in my first book, Now I'm Finding the Truth, and I've got more in the second volume. And one of the things that appears to be how they do it is they get somebody that's got criminal conviction, and they can then use that against the person to say, look, you know, you do this favour for us, put out this false story, and you know, we'll see you right with this conviction. We'll get your conviction lessened or whatever, you know, or just sometimes for money. And this is the case. Well, this is the apparent case, at least, with somebody called Jeremy Riss, alien scientist, who's made He's made quite a few 9/11 videos, for example, saying the official story is untrue, but then attacking Dr. Judy Wood's research and Dr. Judy Wood personally and me. So you know, why would you want to do that? You know?